Hello everybody, Frank the Taper here, live from the corridor, or the hallway, exit 19, episode 19 I should say. And this is where we're at with this. So, all the way up there, we did all that. Today we're gonna put the third coat on that cross seam up there, and we're gonna pull down those verticals, the little short verticals up there. We're gonna pull them down, and then it'll be ready for the final sand. But all this down here that you see, all this here, see this here? This here is all third coated, all nice and smooth and beautiful, all the way down. Now, because it's so high, as you can see, I only can do really as far as I can reach. Okay, and then the rest of it's all scaffold work. So then you have to do all this setup and everything else. So all I did was reach from the stairs as far as I can go, you know, which is feasible. You can see I can't go any much from there from my mini scaffold. So I did what we could. So we're going to do a little bit of work. We're going to do this cross seam up there, right? The horizontal going across. We're going to third coat that, and the vertical, little short vertical coming down from the top. And then this will be ready to be sanded and finished. So that's what it is with that. But I have a special treat for you today. This is the bathroom that you guys been watching and keeping an eye on, if you are. This is it painted. Now this is a really a treat for me, because I usually don't see the rooms. When I'm done, I move on to a next job, and I don't get a chance to see anything finished as painted, because I'm off to another job and whatnot. So the painters came in and they painted this. They picked a nice gray, and they did the ceiling, which looks like they did the ceiling in flat, and that came out outstanding. And they picked this gray color for the walls, which just looks terrific. Now, you know, the carpenter's got to trim out the windows and that other stuff. I'm not involved in that. But I just did the taping. So it's a nice gray color. They did a nice job, painting it around the tub and whatnot. Everything came out here. It's nice and clean. It's nice and neat, and a job well done. So this is a rare thing for me to be able to see a job painted, because once I'm done taping, heck, I'm out of there. I'm off to tape someone else. And here is live from the bedroom that started with episode 1, believe it or not. And this is the bedroom. For some reason the light's not going on, but this room is like a mint green, and it's just beautiful. And the ceiling is just white flat. I guess they use ceiling paint or something, I don't know, but it looks outstanding. And the walls, there's my baker again, came out beautiful. This beautiful mint green, and it just looks terrific. I mean, it's a job well done. And here is the fact that I told you before in earlier episodes. When you can't see my work, you know it's good. So if you can see any tape or any screw holes or nail holes or anything, that shows through the paint, then the job sucks. It didn't come out right. So when you can't see anything I did, and it all looks smooth and looks like one piece as it should, then you can tell it's a good job. But this is a white ceiling, and the walls are like a mint green. It looks a lot better in live, when you're standing in here, than me taking this video, with no light in the room. But that's basically about it. So here's a chance for you to see the room finished. The ceiling looks terrific. Look at those angles, right? No gaps, plain, everything's smooth and clean, straight lines, right? Gorgeous. Nice paint job too, by the way. Did an excellent job painting. And everything came out beautiful, spectacular. I'm very, even though sometimes I don't know why, I feel like surprised to myself, like the job is not going to come out good, because it always does. because I know what I'm capable of doing, and I do the right job no matter what, and I always know it's going to come out good. So I don't know why I act so surprised when I come in the room and it looks like this, but I don't get a chance to see it really finished. So, but I did on this one. So I wanted to share that today and let you guys see what the room looks like, you know, taped from, and this was sitting for 40 something years without being taped. And then it was taped and cleaned and painted, and it looks brand new. It looks like they just did it, right? It looks like it's a brand new construction job. Meanwhile, it's really super old. So everything came really good, and everybody's really happy, especially me. So that's this conclusion of this episode, where from episode 1, you saw the job before I even touched the walls till now, till its completion. So if it doesn't look like this and this good, you got a bad job. But this looks fantastic and everybody's happy, especially me. I'm very proud. Okay, so now we go back to the corridor here, and we're gonna get the scaffold out, and we're gonna start making the top here look like this. Very nice and smooth. A little light sanding, and you know, this can get painted up until where it's finished. And then this room here is the loft, which everything in here, as you can see, everything from the bedroom was moved into here. So all this stuff has to come out so I can do this room. You can see this big enormous ceiling here. You know, it's gonna be fun. Ceilings are always a lot of fun. And remember, when you're pricing out a job, if you're gonna do a job, if you're gonna do this like a side job business, or you're gonna do for yourself, standard work goes up 8 foot. After 8 feet, you know, it goes up a lot of money for anything over 8 foot. 8 foot is standard. But when you're going 9, 10 foot, or you're going up to 12, 13 feet, and the ceiling is vaulted, that's where the money comes in. That's what makes it expensive. It's the height. More time consuming, more of a physical heavy demand, and the riskiness, the danger of it, you know. You fall, you're gonna get hurt. All right, so, you know, taping the regular taping room, you know, like this bedroom here, you know, 4 walls, you know, a ceiling, 8 foot, no crazy angles and nothing, it's a standard. But when you start getting out of the ordinary, vaulted ceilings and stuff like that you have out here, like this, that drives the price way up. So you have to accommodate for that if you're gonna, you know, if you have to do an estimate of a job, then you have to take all that into consideration. Anything over 8 foot, the price goes way up. So that's just a little advice there if you're planning on learning and maybe doing some of your own side work. That's just a little tip. Okay, episode 19 in the books. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do. And we'll be back for episode 20 pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. And God bless you.